on May 16th, 2025. The Storm Prediction Center issued a moderate risk for severe weather, including a 15 significant tornado risk, as well as a 45 significant wind risk and a 45 significant hail risk. One of the most potent environments of 2025 would take place on May 16th, as we had very little forcing and extreme instability in our warm sector. That promoted more of a discrete storm mode, and with high kinematics and SRH values, that would only increase our significant tornado threat, resulting in the London, Somerset, Kentucky Ef4 tornado. Now let's take a deep dive into more ingredients as to what basically influenced or what made the London, Kentucky supercell produce a violent tornado. So basically, we had very low forcing noted by the image shown. This is your 500 millibar winds, which were pretty weak. However, that kept storms very discreet rather than congealing into a mess, because the stronger shear you have, or forcing, the messier it would be for tornadoes. Now, the 0 to 6 kilometer shear at 21Z, which is very, very needed for tornadoes, especially if you want strong tornadoes. Basically favorable for that also. Now, at 00Z, things escalated or strengthened in eastern Kentucky. That is where the London, Kentucky tornado happened. The mixed layer cape, at 19Z, which was very weak in the area. Capping prevented anything from firing earlier, but as we got later in the day at 23Z, capping eroded, a mixed layer cape improved, and just in general, the environment, the thermodynamics were very favorable for strong tornadoes, and especially the 1 kilometer shear at 00Z, which was very strong in eastern Kentucky, which unfortunately produced that violent tornado there. And the effective SRH at 23Z, which was very high as well in eastern Kentucky. So all of these ingredients were very, very favorable for violent tornadoes. And the STP at 23Z, which I try to find the best data I could find here, this was basically taken before the, London tornado, but as the cold front moved eastward, that's where the ingredients would be. Also, another ingredient I want to take a look at here is the mid-level lapse rates at 23Z, which really wasn't a problem. We got, even 9.5 showing up, so that's very interesting. However, this sounding was taken near London, Kentucky at 02Z, which is 10 p.m. Eastern. This was the best sounding I could find. It really doesn't give a good look at the primed environment. So, I mean, the cape was good. I mean, it was pretty good. Shear looking pretty good. That Hodo, it could be a little bit better, but like I said, was taken at, 10 o'clock. And which, it wasn't in a primed environment to take from the sounding. So, I mean, it kind of does give a environmental perspective here at the, what the environment looked like, but this really wasn't taken at a very primed environment, showing, the incredible parameter space for the London, Kentucky tornado. You may be thinking this tornado was pretty weak, noticed by this photo. You also may think this just looks like a brief, weak tornado, right? Well, what if I told you that this would produce violent damage later in its lifespan, and unfortunately will take 19 lives and injuring over 100 people? And this would be the costliest and deadliest tornado in eastern Kentucky history. However, this photo wouldn't prove to you how much of a monster this would become. The photo I have pulled up on your screen shows an image taken from satellite imagery, showing a very intense damage scar left behind from the London, Somerset, Kentucky tornado in the Daniel Boone National Forest. This is crazy in itself. Just by looking at it from satellite imagery. You hardly ever see this from satellite imagery. But this just goes to show how violent and how much of a monster this tornado really was. image shown on your screen shows the path of the Somerset, London tornado tearing through the Sunshine Hills subdivision. Thank you guys for watching this video, and also hit that like button, also subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Also leave a comment down below if you like this documentary, and also if you want to let me know what other tornadoes you want me to document, I'll be gladly to do so. But that's gonna do it for this video. And yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.